Kasim Tanveer, and my Deputy Patron-in-Chief, Zubair Chaya Saab. I would like to welcome you in KATI. So I give you a little introduction about the Korangi industrial area. Korangi Association of Trade Industry itself established in 19 business in this area, and Korangi industrial area have itself 5,000 industries and trade businesses over here, including services business, including trade and everything. Cottage industries just like Mehran Town and other cottage industries cluster is also over here, and we have a big profitable organization of textile, uh, yarn, and other textile industries like oil industry, oil refinery. We have here biscuit manufacturer, biggest manufacturer of Pakistan over here, and we are contribution in next national exchequer, including 25% of the total economy. And this is why we have a separate voice. We are not only in the federal, in the Sindh government, they are listening to us, and they have a very good opportunity with us and very good connections with us.
So that will give him insight. But I told him that there is this Korangi zone, the biggest and the largest industrial zones are Pakistan excellence, more than 4,000 industries. And mostly multinationals are operating as KATI. When you talk about pharmaceutical company, one of the best of the best, all 10 are operating in this KATI. You talk about textile industry, top 10 textile industry, ADM and other, they're operating in KATI. So KATI is a happening place for new investment, not only here in Pakistan, but frequently the delegation goes abroad. Mr. Faraz Rehman also had planned to take some delegation to Ghana. He will discuss with you separately. And there are Pakistanis who are very willing to invest in Ghana. Pakistan had closed their embassy in Ghana in 1996. Now they have opened April 2000, last year, I think, 22. Yeah, April 22. And Aisha Shaista and Farad has been appointed as our ambassador of Pakistan to Ghana, full-fledged. So that shows Pakistani interest. When you're opening embassy, it is only when you have interest in that country. Pakistan delegation from Islamabad, businessman delegation visited Ghana. Then Ghana businessmen visited Lahore, textile expo. Okay. Then, Excellency, you are here. It itself very strong message that there is a keen desire to do business between Ghana and Pakistan. And I was one of the delegates to attend the regional conference in Ghana, Accra, and this conference was chaired by the foreign minister, and I was one of the speakers. We talked, trying to sum up in the end is that it is not just a visit of the High Commissioner to KATI, and the President has been very kind to receive us. It is a beginning of a well-planned, well-thought-out relationship between Pakistan and Ghana, which is starting it now. And you will be a part of it, Excellency. You will be a stakeholder. And there are people here today who are already doing business with Ghana. Like I introduced one gentleman who imported 6 containers of donkey skin. I know the people who've been importing dust gold. The people who are interested to develop tourism from Ghana.
Time to see me today. I'm very, very grateful for your presence. My mission here today, honestly, it's a very simple one. As was explained by the Dean of the Consular Corps, it's my first time coming into Karachi, though we've been trying for a few years now, and something will happen last minute and then the trip will be called off. But Ghana and Pakistan has had a very warm, long-standing diplomatic relations. Though at a point in time, due to economic reasons, both countries closed down their embassies, because running embassies really is not an easy thing to the benefit of our two countries. But as has been alluded to by the Dean of the Consular Corps, Pakistan in its new drive towards strengthening its relations with Africa in general. And nobody comes to Africa without really coming to Ghana. You know, reopened its High Commission only last year, and thereafter there was a delegation in February to Pakistan from Ghana, and then the delegation also in May from Islamabad, basically speaking, that area into Ghana. The crux of the matter is, despite, as I speak to you right now, we are all aware that Ghana has been a long-standing member of ECOWAS. And based on the ECOWAS protocols that have been signed and are being operated, coming into Ghana, for instance, affords one the opportunity to target more than 370 million people with a GDP of about 615 billion US dollars. But what is more interesting is the recently promulgated and the creation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which affords one the opportunity to market to more than 1.4 billion people with a GDP of about 3.4 trillion US dollars. The potential between Pakistan and Ghana is huge. And though it may be good going after the big players, the government is now shifting from only working on G to G kind of relations and looking at B to Gs and B to Bs in the system. And when it comes to that, the comparative advantage that Pakistan, for instance, has in the whole textile industry can definitely be leveraged upon, as Dean alluded to, because Ghana is a beneficiary of the African Group Opportunity Act promulgated by the US. Once we manufacture any form of garment in Ghana, we're able to export it duty-free, quota-free. Unfortunately, our textile industry has not reached that level that we are even not able to meet the demand that is placed on us. And that is where, when we are able to encourage players in that kind of sector, that look, it is not all the negative things you hear about Africa that you should take to heart. The time has come for us to really tell our own stories. And as businessmen as you are, and as astute at that as I believe you are, you realize that maybe the places with the higher risk are the places also with the greatest returns on investment. But when you even do your analysis and you look at your risk profile, etc., the fact that Ghana has been stable for the past 30 years, in spite of what government or which party is in power, should send a signal to you that, look, if I could invest in Ghana, my investment would be safe, but it will still give me the opportunity, the platform, to then reach out either to the immediate 370 million market or to the 1.234 billion African market as a whole. So in order not to really bore you, because I understand there probably might be a few Q&As, and then there may be other, I don't know, if you leave me, I'll probably speak and speak and speak. So you need to guide me as to the appointments. I probably would halt here and say that, Mr. President, once again, I'm very grateful to you and your membership and for the opportunity. This visit is an exploratory one to try and find out ways and means which we can really cooperate and realize the potential that is existing between Ghana and Pakistan. Skilled labor is available, but more importantly, trainable labor force is highly available. Now, at the advent of this government, it promulgated, one of its flagship programs was to make secondary education free for all Ghanaian youth. And the objective or the vision was to ensure that at least a certain pool of labor will be created that is knowledgeable, at least today. So that when you take that raw material, you could then give it any training to mold it the way you want. Before then, a lot of potential youth were falling by the wayside because their parents probably couldn't afford paying for secondary school education. But now that government handles it and makes it free for them, in the very first year that it introduced that policy, the enrollment into secondary education shot up by more than 90,000, and it's been increasing every year. So the pool of that skillful labor force is constantly being created. Fortunately, Ghana's labor too is very competitive in spite of the skills available and the rule of law. Based on the fact that Ghana also is endowed with abundant natural resources, it is the second largest producer of cocoa. It is now the leading producer of gold.
As I indicated during the meeting, Pakistan and Ghana has enjoyed a long-standing diplomatic relation that has always been warm. But regrettably, the potential that exists economic-wise has not really been realized. And the visit to KATI today is the baby steps we are taking now to try and address that kind of challenge. Because Pakistan, for instance, has a very huge comparative advantage as far as the textile industry is concerned. And Ghana is an agrarian economy. Ghana still has arable lands that can even be used for cultivation of cotton and for the creation of mills and yarns back in Ghana. And so Ghana can tap into the advantage that Pakistan has as far as textiles is concerned. Pakistan also has proven itself to be a strong IT country. Ghana has begun its processes of digitization, and it affords a huge potential for the two countries or the private sectors to also collaborate in that. Furthermore, and this one, it is without any equivocation, cooperation or collaboration can probably go even as far as the defense sectors are concerned, because Pakistan is doing well, it's constructing. I think the last time I was here, I was introduced to a GF-17 or GF-7, if I recall very well. So the potential is really great. There are so many sectors that the two countries can collaborate in. Ghana has a youthful, skillful labor force that Pakistan, for instance, can leverage on. And then Ghana hosting the African Continental Free Trade Area. Pakistan's private sector can cite manufacturing concerns in Ghana and take advantage of that protocol to export to the rest of the African countries, which is a huge market, a potential market of about 1.3, 1.4 billion. So there are so many ways that these two countries can, cooperate to deepen the economic ties between us.
सबसे पहले His Excellency Eric, we are very thankful to give us a very first time for meeting over here in Korangi industrial area. और मैं आप सबको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि क्योंकि एक्सपोर्ट के हवाले से साउथ अफ्रीका और पूरे अफ्रीका के लिए पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट ने बड़ा बेनिफिट दिया है। एक रॉ मार्केट है और मैं समझता हूँ कि इस रॉ मार्केट को एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए हमें, ना सिर्फ एक्सपोर्ट के हवाले से बल्कि उसमें बहुत सारे ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो कि हम वहाँ से इंपोर्ट भी कर सकते हैं। तो मैं समझता हूँ एक बायलैटरल ट्रेड की शुरुआत जो पहले इथोपिया से हुई और अब गाना से, तो इसको जो है मैं बहुत अच्छी तरीके से देखता हूँ और बहुत अच्छे मायने में देखता हूँ। और आई एम वेरी thankful to Mr. His Excellency who come here and brief us about the Ghana, and he's a very he's a very gentleman, and we will be in touch inshallah for the betterment of our country, our Pakistan, and both the bilateral trade. Thank you.